Grateful for cancer. Have you ever heard anyone say those words? It sounds like such an odd thing to say. The big C word usually brings about feelings of fear, sadness, grief, anger, or a combination of all of those. And to be clear, I would never call cancer a gift. But for me, it was exactly the wake-up call I needed to stop hitting the snooze button on my life. But just for a moment, let's travel back in time and meet 15-year-old Angie. That was when I had my first job in high school, taking on every hour I could possibly get. The sweet freedom of money as a teenager. And then my senior year, 2 part-time jobs. In college, a full-time job, a part-time job, and a full load of classes. And I wore that crazy pace like a cape and a badge of honor. I would say things like, who needs sleep? No rest for the weary. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I remember one final exams week in college, I came down with the worst kidney infection of my life. I can still picture myself sitting in that urgent care room with the doctor trying to convince me to be admitted to the hospital for IV antibiotics. I looked at him dead serious and said, no way, I don't have time for this. You don't understand, I have final exams. Just call me in some antibiotics and I'll be just fine. Spoiler alert, I was not just fine. I kept going and going, hitting the snooze button over and over and over, thinking that my unhealthy habits couldn't catch up with me if I just ran fast enough. And boy, did I try to run fast. Fast forward to 2023, a routine mammogram. And something deep inside told me, Ange, we're not gonna be getting that postcard in the mail that says, all clear, see you next year. And I was right. One abnormal result turned into biopsies, follow-ups, decisions to make, and ultimately 5 surgeries. The bright spot that year, I way more than met my deductible. So much so that I threw in a free colonoscopy just for fun. But the truth is, I was already on the Indy 500 fast track to burnout and self-destruction. My family and closest friends, some in the audience this evening, still today have no idea just how dark that season was for me. I was in a fog, so lost, working nonstop, barely sleeping. I had tied my worth completely to my productivity and people-pleasing, trying to prove my value, prove my worth, prove that I was enough at work, enough at home, and not even coming close to measuring up at either. A boatload of caffeine to get me through the day, too much alcohol at night to numb out from the day, avoiding anything that required true emotional energy, and avoiding time to pause and reflect on how I was contributing to the life I was experiencing. It was a vicious cycle, and I could not see my way out. And as I reflect now, there were plenty of wake-up calls along the way. God was calling me. He was trying to get my attention, and I was not picking up. Sorry, God, can't talk now. Got a lot going on. You know, I've got to get those TPS reports out. And then my doctor's office called. And it was time. Like, that was a call I could not ignore. It was time to sit up, splash some water on my face, and take a hard look at the reality I had created and make some decisions about the future that I wanted. And I realize now, looking back, cancer wasn't the fire, it was the alarm. And it got really loud because I had not listened when it was quiet. The body really does keep the score. I remember laying in bed after my first surgery feeling such relief, thinking, I finally have a real excuse to rest because someone in a white lab coat told me I had to. It sounds just as crazy now, saying those words as what it did thinking it back then. And as I reflect, my unhealthy habits, that pattern ran deep. And I'm talking generations deep. Somewhere along the way, I picked up a belief that my worth was tied to my productivity. That if I wasn't filling every minute being busy, I was being lazy. And asking for help, receiving help, nope. Those that know me best, and I won't look at them because I will cry, they know I do not do this well. Around this same time, a member of my HR team faced her own terrifying health journey. A freak accident and emergency brain surgery. Very scary. But our team turned this into our team mantra. When we'd face something stressful at work, we would say, well, if it's not cancer or brain surgery, I think we've got this. Perspective is a powerful thing. God blessed me with exactly the right team I needed at that time, and I am forever grateful for them. When I met with Rebecca to talk about Rise and Thrive this year, I was so excited. And I said, Rebecca, I'm going to be the first to sign up for season 8 next year. Next year will finally be my year. And she calmly said, Angie, what if there was an 8th spot this season? Instant panic. This season? No, I'm not ready this season. I just started a new job. I've got a lot going on. I'm not ready. I need more time. But somewhere deep inside, I found the courage to answer the call, to stop hitting the snooze button on my growth. And I said yes to this amazing experience, and it has forever changed me. Right place, right time, and most definitely the right people. I wrestled with whether or not my cancer story was worthy of being told on this stage tonight. And as I reflected, and with some help from my friends and family, I decided, yes, it absolutely is worthy of being told, because that was the moment, one of the moments, when I stopped hitting the snooze button on my life. And I'm still a work in progress. Those that know me best can absolutely validate that. I am continuing to level up, make healthier decisions, so that I can be fully present today and still be here tomorrow. And my 3 amazing kids, they deserve a mom who knows she's enough. Enough to rest when she needs to, enough to make her health a priority, enough to say yes to her growth and say no to things that don't matter. And I want them, and I want all of you to know, and to answer my call to action. Let's rest when we need to, not because we've earned it, not because someone in a white lab coat told us we had to, but because we're humans, and humans are worthy of rest. Let's normalize asking for and receiving help. Vulnerability is a gift. It's a gift to ourselves, and it's a gift to those who love us. And I would be remiss if I did not say, please prioritize your health, your self-care, your annual wellness visits for early detection, please. And let's say yes, hell yes, to something this year that scares us a little bit, pushes us outside of our comfort zone, and fuels our growth, even before we're ready. Ready is a decision, it's not a feeling. And let's tell our stories. Every story matters, and every story is worthy of being told. I would not have chosen cancer as my wake-up call, but I can tell you as I stand here tonight, I am grateful, thankful for the lessons, the blessings, and the people it has brought into my life. No more running, no more snooze button. When God calls me today, I do my best to answer that call on the first ring. Thank you.
round of applause for Angie Woods. Happy.